This story began in the kingdom of Trottelera. Following the disappearance of King Brenin and Queen Manon Hemlock, the realm fell into the hands of their son, the unproven Prince Prat. Unequipped to deal with the many troubles facing him and his people, he instead turned to the gig economy to find those with relevant skills and special abilities to combat these troubles and track down his missing parents. Things, unfortunately, were not that simple for Prat. Opportunistic con men used him to line their pockets, whilst experienced investigators turned up nothing. All the while, pressure was mounting against the prince to pull his weight. In spite of hiring famed bards to improve his public image and an attempt to lift the magic ban in Trottelera, the kingdom quickly turned against him. That wasn't to mention assassination attempts on his life and buried history coming back to haunt the Hemlock name. Everything came to a head on the day of Prince Prat's birthday. With his popularity at an all-time low, he had to resort to desperate measures. With his parents still out of the picture, Prat installed himself as the new king of Trottelera and promised radical changes. However, Prat's coronation was interrupted by the appearance of his estranged uncle Droog. Taking the palace hostage and leaving the prince facing impossible odds, Prat was at risk of not just losing his royal privileges, but even his life. But, having applied everything he had learned from previous adventurers, the prince managed to save the day. Though not without some delegation. Now, the kingdom of Trottelera seems to be turning around on the newly crowned king, Prat. Although he may have turned his back on the gig economy, there's still a lot of work to be done. Many out there are still unhappy with Prat, and Brenin and Manon are still missing. That's not to mention many problems both inside and outside the kingdom of Trottelera. Which is where you come in. Quest in Show is a play podcast where each week a guest takes on the role of a new character in the story of Trottelera and its surrounding fantasy world. Importantly, their actions don't just affect them, but will have long-lasting effects on Trottelera and following episodes of Quest in Show. It's up to them whether they'll see the kingdom suffer, or whether things will end happily ever after. Following the success of Season 1, we are looking at putting together a new series with new guests. Whether you're a seasoned role player or new to the genre, Quest in Show's now improved game system allows anyone to get into the thick of it easier than before. If you want to get involved, please contact me. And do look forward to our next exciting season of Quest in Show.